Another win for Red, this time 3-2 over White. How does it feel to come out on top this week?
You know what? Like I said, it's always fun to win a game, but I think today they show like more character again than we did in the third game. White was like all of us in the first period, and we battled back in the second. But I think in the third, it was more it was about paying attention to detail, be physical for them to slow them down, and you know what? Like you just have to put one in, and I knew the energy would come back to our team, but we have to give credit again to the players because, man, they show a lot of characters today.
How exciting is it to watch a close game like that go into overtime and then a shootout?
You know what? It's always fun, and that's why we play the game. We never know what can happen on the ice, and today when we were behind like 2-0, you can see the energy was low, but at the end, you know what you can ask for the players is like play shift by shift and don't worry about the score and make sure you give the best effort, and that's what they did. And as a coach, you know, to win a game, it's always fun.
And how do you prepare players for such a busy week with 4 games in 5 days?
You know what? Like it's pretty easy because all the players here, like we have 40 players, they're battling for a spot on the national team for the Four Nation Cup, to the World Championship, and centralization. Like just for us, it's to make sure that every time they step on the ice or they train or do a warm up, they do the best they can be, because you know what? They have so many players like wanting to have a spot on the team, and if they don't do their job, well, the only person who's going to pay it's them.
So last game of camp today, what sort of messages do you leave them as they go into their season with their club and school teams?
You know what? We send messages about training. We have to be better. We have to get better as players and as a team too. But you know, they have to go back home and do their own work. Like, you know, do their work by themselves, because they won't have anybody to push them. You know, and they have to be responsible to do that by themselves, and you know, be like responsible to make themselves better.
Thanks very much, Danielle.
You're welcome.
So Courtney, a 3-2 shootout win for Red. How do you think your team played overall?
I think we started off a little bit slow, but as the game went on, we gradually started pulling things together and definitely coming together out there.
And you scored 1 for Red in the second period. How did that goal come together on the ice?
It was a great face-off win, and then Caro got the puck on the boards. I cut to the net, she made a fabulous pass, and hit off my stick and went in.
And you notched another one for Red in the shootout. Tell me about that goal.
Shootouts are always fun, a little nerve-wracking, but Charlie's a great goalie, and I went down and just saw the 5-hole. So.
And it's been 4 games in 5 days here at September Camp Fall Festival. How are you feeling after this week?
I'm definitely a little tired, a little fatigued, but you know, this prepares you for what's to come in the future, and I thought it was a great camp.
And what sort of start does this give you for the 2012-13 season?
Definitely prepares you for the pressure and skill that we're going to go against. Other countries are great, they have great skill, and I think playing against one another obviously prepares us for what's to come.
Carolyne, a 3-2 shootout win for Red over White today. How do you think Red did overall?
We did well. We started off a little bit slow, but as the game progressed, we got stronger and stronger, and we came back from a 2-0 deficit to take the victory in shootout.
And you got that nice goal in the shootout. How did that happen?
I just had something planned before I went up there, and I basically just did exactly what I wanted to do, and it worked.
How does it feel to get that game-winning shootout goal?
Feels good. You know, we fought hard all week. It's been a tough week. You know, getting that 4th win in the last five days, we've had 4 games. You know, it was nice to get a goal.
How do you get through such a busy week, having 4 games in 5 days?
We have a really good supporting staff here, you know, just taking care of our bodies after we get on the ice, and, you know, proper warm-up and cool down, and utilizing all the supporting staff to get you as healthy as you can be, and then just keep grinding out there.
And how does a camp like this early in the season help prepare you for the rest of the season?
Well, these camps are awesome. You learn a lot. Every time you come here, there's something new that you can take home and bring to your club teams, or I'm going to go back to Montreal. And, you know, just trying to bring that intensity every time, and, you know, do what I need to do off ice and on ice to keep improving as a player.
Thanks very much, Carolyne.
Thank you very much.
So, Lisa, 3-2 loss, but a close game. How do you think White played?
Well, I think we definitely had a great first period, and that was a big focus on our game plan. We felt all week long that we were slow-footed coming out of the gate, so we wanted to have a good start, and today we accomplished that. Unfortunately, we weren't able to close out the game in the third period, but overall, for the fourth game in this amount of time, I think the battle level was really high, the intensity level was really high, and again, the passion and courage that all these players play with was fun to watch.
How do you get players ready for a busy week like this, 4 games in 5 days?
Yeah, well, a lot of the responsibility falls on their shoulders in terms of what they're doing before they arrive. And then once they get here, you know, we're just here to guide them to make sure that they keep the habits the way they should be. They take care of their bodies. We try to fine-tune things on the ice, and then hopefully all the pieces fit together and we get, you know, gold medal type performances. And really both teams today, I thought, competed very, very hard. And I think the coaches are very pleased overall with the way everything unfolded.
So after the final game, what sort of messages do you leave them with in the dressing room?
I think the biggest message that we'd like them to walk away with is that consistently high-level performance when they get back with their club teams, to make sure that the level that they played at here is the same level that they'll strive for day in and day out with their club teams. I think doing that every day is what's going to make them reach their potential fully.
Thanks very much, Lisa.
My pleasure.
Jennifer, another loss for White, but a close game. How do you think your team played overall?
I think we played well. I think we obviously got off to a better start and only had that one letdown in the third, but unfortunately that's what kind of cost us the Reds' comeback.
And you notched one for White in the second period. How did that goal happen?
I was just coming off the bench and me and Johnny kind of crisscrossed and then the lane kind of opened and then I shot it. It was kind of a weird play, but I'm happy that we got a point off of it.
What do you think Team White did right on the ice out there today?
I think we stuck to the game plan and our D did a really good job stepping up on the blue line and then our forwards were coming back, so I think our transition game was pretty good.
And it has been 4 games in 5 days. How are you feeling after a busy week of hockey?
A little tired, like fatigue's definitely a factor, but I think having these games is preparing us for what we might face in 4 Nations and World Championships, just because every team's getting so much better. We need to be able to have the endurance to go the whole tournament.
Thanks very much, Jennifer.
Thank you.
So, Laurianne, another loss at camp. How do you think your team played overall?
I think we had a good start coming off. We really wanted to focus on the first 10 minutes and put a lot of pressure on Team Red, and I think that's what we did in the first period. We got up 1-0, and I think as the game went on, we kind of let down, but we still pushed through it, and at the end, Team Red did a good job of coming back and putting the pressure on us, and I think it was overall a good game.
And as a blue liner, you scored that opening goal in the first period for White. How did that goal happen?
It was a power play goal. I received a pass from Billy Bram. She was in the corner, and I was at the blue line, and then I moved towards the middle and then decided to just put it on net, and it actually went in, and I didn't even see it go in until people started screaming, so I was pretty happy about that. Yeah.
And how are you feeling after playing, I think, 4 games in 5 days?
A little tired. It's to be expected. I think every girl is ready to go home and catch a break a little bit, but I really had fun here at Fall Festival, and I'm just happy with everything that's been going on.
And how does this camp help prepare you for the rest of the season?
It just gives you a lot of confidence going into your club team back for Cornell University. I know that we have a lot of players here at camp, so we know that we can bring a lot of experience back to our team and just keep pushing through the season, and then hopefully we can come back strong. And yeah.